sadly, this mayor of Atlanta has probably got the most coherent response of any of these lefties to their narrative falling apart. We tune in on MSNBC to Mika Brzezinski, Joe Scarborough's wife and co-host, who didn't really have any argument to make other than throwing a temper tantrum at Donald Trump and saying that she was going to call Twitter to get his account kicked off.
And your lack of ability to handle this massive human catastrophe, the fact that you've made it worse and that you make it worse every day, and that you won't even wear a mask to protect people from your germs. But the germs you're spreading on Twitter, first of all, Twitter, you shouldn't be allowing this. And you should be taking these tweets down. And you should be ashamed of yourself. You'll be hearing from me on this, because this is BS. But Donald, you're a sick person. You're really a cruel, sick, disgusting person.
So, as you know, Mika will not be changing her last name from Brzezinski to Scarborough, but she will be changing her first name to Karen. I don't know if you've seen this. We mentioned it on the show the other day. There's this meme that's going around about Karen, which is a sort of busybody lady who's telling everybody their business and, asks to speak to the manager and just, everything's a big fight and very involved in what everybody else is doing. That would seem to be what Mika is doing here. It's like the par excellence example of this. I'm going to get you kicked off. You're going to hear from me, Twitter. I'm hearing from you now because you're speaking on television. You're going to hear from me. I'm going to call your manager and I'm going to get Donald Trump kicked off Twitter because he's a meanie and I don't like him and he was right about everything and we were wrong. We were totally wrong. Not a great look. Not a great look. Obviously, they don't have any kind of argument to this. They blew it. Not just Mika Brzezinski, all the way over in Washington, D.C., Nancy Pelosi was asked about Trump, asked about her comments on Trump. The last best argument she had against him is she called him fat. That was like the best thing she could muster. Now she's saying that he has excrement on his shoe.
You're asking me about the appropriateness of the actions of this president of the United States? So completely inappropriate in so many ways that it's almost a given. It's like a child who comes in with mud on their pants or something. That's the way it is. They're outside playing. That's what he comes in with doggy do on his shoes, and everybody who works with him has that on their shoes too for a very long time to come. So I don't know. I hear doctors talk to me about saying, what's the matter with him? The things he says are so inappropriate for a president of the United States. The comments he makes about women. So inappropriate.
The things he says are so inappropriate for a president. They're so unbefitting a holder of high office. Also, his shoes are covered in doggy do. What? You see how it kind of sounds like you're doing the thing that you're accusing him of doing. The things that Donald Trump says about women. Well, I don't know. Listen to the things you say about men. I understand Donald Trump has made some mean comments, including about Karen Brzezinski. But think about the things you say about him. You went on TV and called him fat. And then beyond that, beyond the stupid, like you used a mean term and then I used a mean term, how about the allegations against Joe Biden? Remember Joe Biden, your candidate for president? He's being, I guess, somewhat credibly accused. I don't know. Who knows if the allegations are credible or not? Democrats have ignored it completely. He's being accused by a former staffer of doing a very specific action, and there is some corroboration of that. Okay, Donald Trump, I don't know, they always say there are 7 million women accusing Donald Trump of rape. Well, how come we haven't heard about any of them? Don't you think if any of those allegations were serious, that the news would put them on television 24/7 all the time? Of course, because they none of them come even close to the allegation against Joe Biden, the way he talks about women. What about your side, Nancy? What about the things that you're doing? There's a whole lot of projection. If you enjoyed that break from the disinformation, the historical revision, and the screaming about the end of the world, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss another video.